Hey guys, let's get started on the covers for the Square mini album using the Rosie Bell collection by Prima. I'm still sick, so bear with me. I have holes in my mouth, so I probably sound funny because of that too. Okay, so I'm going to use one of these Square hobby wood type boxes as kind of like a shadow box, I think. So you usually get, like, you know, wood pieces in here, like wood embellishments. So I'm going to use this as a shadow box. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to paint this box. So what I'm going to use for that is, I could use black acrylic paint, but I think it would be too shiny. So what I'm going to use is black gesso, and I got this at, oh, it doesn't say. Well, anyways, I'll put a link below if I can find it. So we're just going to use some black gesso and a paintbrush. And I got me a paper towel, and I've got this paintbrush. This is a Claudine Helmuth Studio. It says 3/4, so I'm assuming that means 3/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to paint the entire thing inside and out. Getting all the nooks and crannies. Okay, so I've got the inside of the box painted. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that very well. Most of it's mostly dry, and it's really matte. So now I'm going to paint the sides and the back in the exact same way, and I'll be right back. Okay, so it's all painted except for the back side. I don't know why I said I was going to paint the back side. This is going to be glued down to the cover. So the next thing I think I want to do is I want to distress it a little bit. So I'm going to get my Tim Holtz sander here, and I just want to kind of go over the edges. Look what I did. So you can start to see it's getting a little bit roughed up. I may have to move to something a little bit more sturdy, like the Prima Distress tool. We'll see. Okay, so I did end up getting out the Prima Distress tool. You can see the black there, and roughed up the sides really good, and the top a little bit more. So now you can see it a little bit better. So the next thing I think I want to do is I want to make this blonde light color wood look more brownish. So I think I'm going to take some Distress Stain, Tim Holtz Distress Stain in Vintage Photo. And instead of going directly to the box, I'm going to put some on a plastic thing here, like that. And I'm going to paint it on because I don't think this wood can handle too much water, I guess. Too much liquid. So I'm just going to barely, like, try to hit all those spots and just see what happens. I'm not sure. You can see it. You can check it out. Yeah, see, that looks real vintagey looking. So that's what my goal is. That's what I want to do. I really don't think I should go directly to the thing. I think that would be wasteful. Yeah. We won't do it like that. See how cool that looks? I'm trying to get it to the right angle. I can't hardly tell in my viewfinder there if you can see. And if you don't have the Distress Stain, you could use a re-inker. You could smush an ink pad onto a surface and get it wet. And that's, you know, that's the same thing. So use what you have. I just happen to have this stain. And I think I have several bottles of this stain. because when I used to do a lot of custom work, a lot of it was vintage looking, so it was pretty cool, so I used this color a lot. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have just grabbed a whole bunch of random things, like these keys and these dominoes and just random little things. These are stick pins from actually romance novel line, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I thought maybe one or two of these might be kind of fun to use. A lot of the embellishments and the chipboard pieces are too big. Like this one's okay, but a lot of them are just too big for these little holes. So what I thought I would do is just play. So I think I'm going to do a voiceover. I'm just going to record it, put it in fast forward, and do a voiceover. So most of these flowers are too big for this, but I'm just going to start playing. So that's just one of the trims that come with the Rosie Bell collection. And if you're interested in any of that collection, I will put a link in the description box below if you want to go check that out. And then that is the big key. There is a big key from Michaels, and they're like dollar spot bin. So right now I'm just taking some of the chipboard pieces. It spells out love, and I'm just inking them up with the black archival ink in jet black. That is the scrap dots from Helmer, and I've heard a lot about those over the years, or that product over the years, and I've never seen it. And I finally ran across it, so I will try to put a link for that below too. And it's really good for holding three-dimensional stuff, kind of like my Fabri-Tac. I love my Fabri-Tac. I just tried to put some sequins in my little vial there, and it was too big. So I grabbed some Martha Stewart glitter and put some in there just to give it a little something something, and I think it turned out really cute. But the glitter that came with the collection was just way too big. So I'm just fussing about here, trying different things, just seeing what looks what, where, getting an idea. This actually took a really long time for me. It's not the easiest thing for me to do, the covers, and I know I've said that before. So I'm just trying different stuff and just trying to get little vignette type situations going on, where you've got little clusters of things. And really no rhyme or reason for the clusters, just adding, playing with the placement and all of that. The only thing I've glued down so far is that trim. So I'm just trying. I only ended up using that one package of flowers. I didn't even open the rest of them, by the way, and I didn't even use all of those flowers. But I really like the way this box turned out. It's really pretty. So I'm trying some chipboard pieces in there, and I don't end up using that big chipboard piece that I just placed in there. And I don't end up using the butterfly either. But it's fun to just have that stuff so you can just play around. Because you never know what's going to look good unless you just start placing stuff and moving stuff. I really wanted to use those little dominoes. They're so cute. But I just couldn't get them to look right for what I was wanting. And there were dominoes in the chipboard pack. The ephemera pieces of chipboard. These keys are so cute. And I actually don't end up using them. But in hindsight, I wish I would have used the set of 3 that I left up there. I think that's so cute. I think it really looks good like that, and I wish I'd have left them, but I didn't. And those keys I got in like the jewelry section at Hobby Lobby or something, in like a package. You know how you can make those bracelets and things, charm bracelets and whatnot. They have all those little things. That little heart there was part of the package of the chipboard ephemera stuff. And I'm just trying to take some ink it was super shiny, bright. So I was trying to tone that down just a little bit because it's supposed to be like a rose gold look. So I just it was just too bright for me. But it's actually a locket. It actually opens up. I don't have anything in it, but it actually opens up. So now I've decided to add some more of that trim just in places that you're going to see it underneath those flowers or poking out from those flowers. And again, I'm using those scrap dots. And like I said, this is the first time I've used those scrap dots, and I really liked it. I mean, it grabbed that stuff fast, and I wish I would have used it for the flowers and everything else that I glued down because I was struggling with my Fabri-Tac because it's almost empty. So I don't know why I just didn't use the scrap dots that I already had open right there. But it really did work well. It did take a long time to dry, so you know, it grabbed it quick, and I didn't have to keep pushing it down or anything, and it didn't really move, but it did take a while to dry. So I'm going to keep playing with those scrap dots, but I will link, again, I will try to link that below. So now I'm starting to glue down all the flowers and stuff. You know, sometimes you just have to make that commitment. You just have to go for it. And so now I'm gluing down that big key. So that was like the big commitment there. Gluing that big thing down. But I really like it. I really like. I don't even know if they still have those anymore. I bought those. I got a bunch of them a couple years ago, and they were just $1 a piece, and they're just really cute. And I used to use them a lot with my custom stuff. But then I'm placing a flower on top, and I'm going to glue the heart down. Sorry about the sniffling. I'm still sick, still not feeling well, even though this is the next day after I recorded this. It's just driving me crazy. I just can't seem to get over it. Let's see, what am I doing now? Now I'm gluing down the Love, L-O-V-E, and I'm just, there's that ledge, one of those divider ledges. I'm just barely getting it to, you know, contact with that ledge. But I really think it turned out, it makes it look really dimensional. I really like it. Since I was having so much trouble with my glue, I just went ahead and put glue on all of them. I just think it looks really cute. There was a silver metal thing that said love, but I think it really just clashed big time with everything else. The silver did, so I decided not to use that. I just think it's turning out so cute. Okay, so here's what I think I'm going to stop at. I scooched you way in so that you can see everything. Just the flowers and the trim and the love and the heart and the little vial full of glitter. And I added one of these little things there. Simple, but it looks super, super cute. Let me scoot back out, and then I'll show you on top of the cover. So I'm thinking that either I might have some paper, or maybe I'll use some of this trim. I haven't quite decided yet what I want to do, like to finish it up, but this looks pretty cool, I think. So let's see if I picked, I think I'll put a paper under there, you know, and set that on top. I might do something like that. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm going to let this stuff fully dry, and then we will be back. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, I already cut these pieces. These are just the mats for the covers is the actual envelope itself. So the big square of the envelope is the mats for the cover. So I'm just going to use these pieces, and I cut the spine out and the back piece out. But I think I'm going to use some seam binding as a closure. So what I need to do first is, I was going to crinkle my seam binding, but I decided against it because I didn't want this to be thick. I want it to be flat because this is, you know, so dimensional, which is still not dry yet. So I think what I'm going to do, this is Hug Snug seam binding. I will put a link to this in the description box below as well. And any other important links that you might need, like my Etsy shop for the printables. There's a whole playlist dedicated to this printable, the Paper Dream printable. All of that will be in the description box below. I just wanted to let you guys know that. I get asked about it a lot. So each one of my printables has a designated YouTube playlist. So if you start at the first video and work your way down, it starts from the beginning to goes to the end. So, but anyways, so I'm just going to take some seam binding, and I'm just going to, I think I'm just going to glue it down underneath this mat and go from there. That's obviously way too much, but I just want to make sure that I have, my glue is almost out. And this is Fabri-Tac by Beacon. I will try to remember to put a link in that for that below as well. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the back side here of this piece. Well, I might as well do them all since I've got my glue down. That piece, And this piece. Okay. So I'm just going to, I'm going to give myself a little more. Just kind of eyeball, whoa, I just laid my hand right in there. Just kind of eyeball it to where it looks center. It's good enough. Then I'm going to add my mat, which goes just like that. Alrighty, I'm going to put my spine piece right there. And then the back cover. I'm not going to have the seam binding going over top of the back cover. I mean underneath the back cover. I'm going to have it going over top. So then I'm going to cut it so it's easier to work with. Alright, so then I'm just going to tie a bow. And then I'll cut off the excess because I just wanted to make sure that I had enough. So it's just that simple, just like that. So it wraps around. Oh look, I got it twisted. Oh well, you get the point. So it wraps around. You could just leave it just like that if you wanted to. You didn't have to do anything fancy schmancy like this. So, it's not completely dry yet, but I want to attach it down. Okay, I'm just gonna hope it works. I think I'm just gonna use this new glue that I wanted to try out, and today was the perfect time. Scrap Dots by Helmar. 3-dimensional acid-free, dries clear. Pretty cool. Okay. So now I just need to make sure that I get this on here right the first time. Off a little bit. Oh my gosh, it looks so cool. Didn't it turn out really pretty? I think it did. Okay, I'm gonna let this all dry. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Be sure to leave me a comment below and tell me what you think. And if you're not a subscriber already, go ahead and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye.